Welcome back to the PKD Dietitian podcast. I'm Diana, the creator and your host. We're going to be talking a little bit today about supplements and PKD. More specifically, I'm going to give you 4 questions to ask yourself before starting any new supplement. Let's get into some statistics about supplement usage here. 77% of Americans take a daily supplement, and it turns out that the older we get, the more supplements we tend to take. On average, folks over 60 years old take 4 supplements a day. So it's not surprising that the dietary supplement market in the US alone is expected to reach over $560 billion, yes, I said billion, dollars by 2024. Looking at supplement usage for those with kidney disease, data supports that the percentages are very similar to the general population. This includes the usage of both prescribed supplements, so think renal vitamins, herbal remedies, pills, powders, vitamins, and liquid form supplements. In my own experience as the PKD dietitian, 99% of clients, when they start working with me, are taking 3 or more supplements. And to date, the record for the most supplements stands at 18 per day. Per Google, over 880 people search monthly for supplements to quote-unquote cure or slow PKD. I do suspect that this number is much higher based on chatter and supplement regimens promoted on social media. Originally, supplements were meant to fill in the gaps of an otherwise healthy diet, to be supplementary. This is still true, especially with kidney disease, where therapeutic diets can have restrictions. Nowadays, in addition to helping fill the gaps, supplements are frequently used to try and improve our overall health and naturally treat a wide variety of diseases or ailments. There is absolutely scientific evidence that some supplements can benefit our overall well-being with little to no risk. And there's also evidence and research that certain supplements at specific doses can help different diseases or those at risk for developing them. Let's shift a little bit now into talking specifically about PKD and supplements. I have found when it comes to supplements and PKD that each supplement can generally be put into one of 3 categories. And those 3 categories are, number 1, it adds something good or protective. Number 2, it's meant to help slow down or inhibit PKD, essentially slow down cyst growth. Number 3, it's added to help someone feel better or perhaps improve their quality of life. Why am I even talking about this? Because I want you to be intentional and educated and safe with your supplementation. I want you to always consider if there's potential stressors, work, or harm that a supplement could do to your kidneys or any other part of you. But don't stop there. I want you to have a smart and specific plan for why you are taking any new supplement. I'm going to share with you a solid set of 4 questions to ask yourself before starting any new supplement. I'm going to walk you through this exact question process that I do with many of my clients regarding supplements and our conversations around them. It's simple, but it works. It will help you think before taking something and explore it and not have that knee-jerk reaction to throw in a supplement because you read about it online working wonders for somebody else. It will help you explore and create a smart plan with actionable steps for your supplementation. Are you ready? Grab a pen if you want to take a few notes. Otherwise, I'm going to drop these 4 questions in the show notes for you. Here we go. Number 1, could it hurt? Number 2, how will it help? Number 3, how much? And number 4, how long? So those are your 4 key questions to ask. And let's dig a little deeper into how to use these supplement question prompts. Plus, I want to give you a few examples. Number 1, could it hurt? You want to look into if this is something that could interact or interfere with any of your medications, if it potentially is going to cause more work or stress on your kidneys, if there's a risk of toxicity or direct harm. And if you're looking for a good example of this, go back and listen to my episode on colloidal silver. But also, if taking this supplement will put you at risk for other deficiencies, because that's possible. You also want to know if there's any unwanted interactions or side effects. This is your first question. Could it hurt? If your answer to any of this is yes, don't take it. You don't need to move on to any of the other questions. If your answer is no, I don't think it could hurt, go on to question 2. This question is, how will it help? This gets down to the why you want to take something. What are you specifically looking for it to do for you or to help with? If you can make this a measurable outcome, even better. So what does the impact, result, or feeling that you want look like? And how do you plan to check this regarding the supplement's impact? So I want to give you a few examples of this. And these are from clients that I have worked with. Somebody wanted to start a supplement that was supposed to help their sleep. Okay, we cleared out, it's not going to hurt you. So now we're into how will it help you? What we did was we said, okay, here's what your sleep looks like now. What would it look like when it was better? How would taking this supplement be able to help you? So they did start taking the supplement and they were able to say, I started like this with my sleep and it improved. And here's how. They were able to say, I fell asleep quicker, or perhaps I stayed asleep longer. So very specific, what outcome are you looking for? A lot of people come to me and say, well, I'm taking this supplement so that I'll have better labs. Okay, what labs? You really want to define what you want to see improvement in, and actually, what do you consider better? Make it measurable. If you're looking at pain or adding something in to help with inflammation, how are you going to tell if it's working? Where do you want to see improvements? Do you want to have less pain? Do you want to have less frequent pain? Define your how it will help and specifically say what your desired outcome is. Sometimes it's just related to how do you feel. If you're taking something that perhaps is supposed to calm you or relax you, what does that feel like? What does that look like for you? Know this also. Sometimes you get an answer to number 1 that, okay, it's not going to hurt you. It's a supplement that could potentially help you, but we're not sure. Let's see. And that happens a lot. There's a lot of let's see, but knowing what you want as an outcome is very important. Number 3, how much? This comes down to your dose. Because with supplements, you are looking for a very specific impact. And know this, you can either have too little, so there's no impact, or too much, so that you potentially could create other issues and a potential toxicity. Because there are safe vitamins and supplements, but if you take too much, it will do harm. And there's absolutely upper limits for things. Also, there's different doses, whether you're just trying to stay even keel, whether you want a therapeutic dose. How much is very important. I want to give you a couple examples here. A lot of folks come in and they're taking omega-3 fatty acids to help with heart health and other things. Each person's reason's different. What we do know is that for omega-3s to be impactful, they have to be taken at a certain amount. And most people coming to me are not taking this amount. In fact, far lower. So essentially, they're taking a supplement that is doing no benefit. Another example is curcumin, which, by the way, has been studied with PKD. Curcumin, we know, has a therapeutic dose, and that's the dose where you see an actual positive impact. Many folks coming to me are taking far below this, so it's like taking something with no benefit. You want to be at the right dose. You absolutely want to know what the right dose is for you. And know this, that might change over time. I like this quote. You probably heard several different versions of it, but the quote says, "The difference between poison and medicine is in the dose." I like to mix this up a little bit and say the difference between poison and supplements is in the dose. Number 4, how long? This really comes down to the duration that you will be taking a supplement. There's a few reasons why you want to know how long. The first is set a really good time where you want to look back at your measurable impact outcome. That's from question number 2. And check in to say, okay, am I getting the results or the impact that I wanted from this supplement? Am I seeing a difference? Because if it's a yes, you probably want to continue. You might want to check in about the dose. If it's a no, you might want to consider not taking it anymore. Several supplements you don't want to take long term because they could impact other things in your body. So having a very specific stop date or a check-in date is important. That is part of your plan. If you are working with a practitioner who is recommending supplements and therapies that include supplementals and there's no end date, switch practitioners. There always should be a check-in or an end date. So I want to give you a couple examples about this too. One is zinc. I do have folks that we start on a zinc supplement. We have very clearly defined specific outcomes and impact that we want to see, but also an end date. And a specific dose, of course, because we've walked through the previous 3 questions. If you take zinc at a high dose for a long time, this absolutely can interfere with copper and could create more problems. So that's one example. Another is probiotics. People come to me all the time having taken the same probiotic for like 2 or 3 years. This is something that you absolutely want to mix up if it benefits you. After a certain amount of time, throwing in the same good probiotic bacteria is going to do nothing for you. So you absolutely want to have a good check-in or an end date. So that is the duration. It doesn't mean necessarily stop, but it might mean check in. Is this dose right? Am I still getting the benefits? Is there something else? I have found that 90 days is a really good time frame from start to check-in for duration with my clients when we're starting something new. Of course, if they don't tolerate something or if it doesn't agree with them, we just pull them off of it right away. My overall recommendation also is that you talk to your doctor, your dietitian, or healthcare team before starting something new. Use these 4 question prompts as a guide for that conversation. It is a really nice way to have that conversation in an impactful way. Another great resource that is free to you is to have your local pharmacist review any supplements that you're taking or potentially want to take to see if there's interactions with meds that you're on. Just ask them for a medication review. I have several clients that do this once a year as best practice. I'm not mad at that. If you really want to take it slow, add 1 supplement at a time. That way you can very clearly see one thing and judge its impact. That's always a good way to go. And remember, you're unique and your supplement routine should be too. So in summary, your 4 question prompts that you want to ask and explore before starting any new supplement is number 1, could it hurt? Number 2, how will it help? Number 3, how much? And number 4, how long? Later this month, I'm going to be posting a blog with all of these details, plus more from this episode, because I feel like it's that important to have out there as a guide. It's also going to include a printable for you with the 4 questions to ask before starting a supplement. Make sure that you are signed up to get my emails, newsletters, and updates and stay in the know with all things PKD and nutrition so that you won't miss any of this. Head to the show notes and a link is there for you to sign up. And remember, if you are going through these 4-question prompts and you're not sure of any of the answers or are not clear on how you feel about starting a specific supplement, reach out. We can absolutely do a deeper dive using my lab and kidney health review session to look at all your supplements, all your meds, and come up with your really good routine. And until then, happy and healthy eating.